Well, continuation, it's, I guess, sort of a review of the completed kit. This is the Lego Tallneck from Horizon Forbidden West with a third party upgrade kit, which was the lighting kit, which, as you can see, is quite bright and quite, well, in my opinion, awesome. There is a red blinking light on the top, a bar light underneath the saucer, and then another bar light underneath. And then the standard colors of a stoplight, although they kind of blend together further away. But when you get closer with the camera, at least you can kind of sort of see. Oh, if you can see, there we are. The individual colors. The flowers also have lights. The tree has some lights, and then the watcher uh, has a light as well that does a lot of blinking stuff. That's the only complaint I really have, is that it doesn't cycle through. I don't know, like just blue, yellow, and red, which is when they're alarmed or alerted to your presence and such. And there's Aloy looking really cool with her spear and bow. And then I think those are supposed to be cattails. I'm not sure. And then, yeah, then the tall neck, of course. It isn't really articulated. I mean, obviously the legs are, like, they do have the joints for it, but it is physically connected to the base. But also with the lion kit on there, you wouldn't really want to take it off anyway, because there are wires running down the tall neck, as well as connecting to some other things that are connected to the base. So you'd have to disconnect all the wiring. And also there's a couple lights right there. I don't know why they put red there. You think they're gonna do blue or maybe white, but whatever. It's not the biggest deal. And then it comes with, it comes with this remote. It comes with this power box, which has three AAAs. And then there's a switch on it. Turn it on, and then of course when you turn back on, it resets the electronics. And then there is different commands. There's on, off, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta for the different shunts, and then effects. That's well, it's like, I don't know exactly what it stands for, but pretty much it makes it blink like on, off, and then BLN, it does a slow where it gets brighter, dims, and then that increases or decreases the speed. That's supposed to decrease the brightness. And all right, so let's go ahead and get that back on. There is a USB version, so if you want to have this on a computer or something, or near a computer, you can plug that in to power it, but it's not required. Obviously, though, you do have to have a power source, or else these will not light up. So A is for the watcher. You see, pressing the button turns it off and turns it on. If you turn it on, if you press the button, then it allows you to, when you do this, it only affects this one. Because if you increase it, you see then it's almost like a strobe, and then you can decrease it, make it really slow. And then you can then press it to reset it pretty much. And then, let's go ahead and turn it off and then back on. And then if you press it for it, it just affects all of them at once. And then you can make it blink faster, make it blink slower, but it does all of them together. And then if you do this one, you see how it does it. It just kind of dims and brightens again. And then let's see, go ahead and turn it back off. And then you can let's see how well it actually brightens it. If it really brightens it very much visibly. Okay, yeah, so it has like 3 brightness levels. But I don't mind it being on the brightest, but I'd say medium is somewhere nice in the middle. And then one thing I do like to do, although the only downside is that the lights for the tree and the stoplight are on the same circuit or shunt, so it affects both of them, but is to okay, let's see. No, wrong. That's the Tallneck. Let's see. Okay, it's that one. So press that one, turn back on. Press this one, and you can have it like a stoplight that's blinking, because Now, granted, usually when they're blinking, it's just the red light, but I feel like it makes sense to have it blink a little bit slower. But if you want to have that, and then just have everything else on, I think that isn't a bad choice. And then, of course, if you think flowers shouldn't be glowing, well, you can just turn off the flowers, and you can just have the Tallneck lights on, and then the stop lights. And it looks like, for whatever reason, this one's on, but it's not doing its strobing thing, or not strobing, but changing colors thing. Now, there it goes. Okay, it must have been reset, but let's see. Well, I haven't quite figured out. I don't know how it decided to stay on just one color, but that's interesting. Oh, maybe it's the brightness? It sounds just, at the max brightness. That's interesting. The brightness for the A, it's very interesting. It just, when you have it on the brightest, it blinks a lot, but when you have it on anything other than the, all right, so let's get back to the normal and then decrease it. Okay, so now it's just staying pretty much just a standard, well, white. It has a blue Lego piece in there, so it's going to look a little bluish. So I guess if this is kind of the way you want it set up, you can have a blue light on the watcher, the Tallneck with its lights on, and then you can have the stop light blinking. I mean, if you really did not want to have this blinking, want to have it turned off, you can just unplug it from the circuitry. And speaking of the circuitry and all that, it is just this pretty much. That's like the, I'm assuming it's like pretty much like a tiny little computer, I would assume, just because, you know, obviously you have to have at least something in there to make all these different effects work and do different things at the same time. But I mean, very simple, obviously. But the only concern is that it is an exposed circuit board. So I mean, there's a potential that something could happen to it, and then all these exposed wires. But I feel like for the most part, even on this side, the wires do hide fairly well, and then that kind of blends in where they plug in. And then this one kind of doesn't exactly blend in, but it's hard to see fairly well. Well, it's hard to see from the front, and then this one is propped up against the back foot. So, oh, and thanks, speakerhead. Yeah, it wasn't the hardest thing I did. Honestly, the hardest thing about it was the kit. It doesn't come. It comes with an instruction booklet that says, "Hey, go online to find out the well, to download the instructions." And when you download the instructions on my phone, the PDF viewer, it was logging. It was what's it called? It had the thing where you scroll up and down, but it stuck out. And as I was trying to scroll just a little bit, it would take that thing and go way up or way down. And I was just trying to move the page a little bit, and it kept slowing me down. Yeah, online instructions suck sometimes. Although if you don't have the instructions on you for a given transformer, I did find a database online that has a lot of them, so that's pretty cool. Speaking of which, I had to do that to do the combination of Series, Jetfire, and Optimus Prime, which I will at some point do a video, hopefully before I leave home on this trip. But yeah, so that's about it for this lighting kit. And my dad, he's at work currently. He hasn't had a chance to finish his DeLorean, but when he finishes it, I suppose, even if it's just him on the video, I could go ahead and let him show that off, because I'm sure he would love to have... oh yeah, I don't remember what the name of the website was. It's... I pretty much just searched whatever transformer it was, and it had like... maybe if I can find the link, I could maybe later on put it in the description on this. Anyway, or I could just send it to you directly, Speakerhead, if you want to know the site with the Transformers instructions. But yeah, that's about it. This is getting pretty close to the 10-minute mark. So I think I'll go ahead and get going. And this is the most interaction I think I've had on a live stream in quite some time, at least comment-wise. But anyway, if you like this little live review thing and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And ring that little, click that little bell icon to get notifications when I do more things like this. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.